Hey, good morning, everybody. I know it's been a couple of months since I've done a video, just kind of giving an update as far as everything that's been going on. I've really been in a period of self-reflection in the sense of that I want to, or I think that I want to be retired. And to me, what that looks like is virtually having no kind of schedule, sleeping in every day, being in a position financially to do whatever you want, and going and enjoying and traveling. Went out to Vegas a couple weeks ago, actually probably about a month and a half ago. Ate at Golden Steer, great steakhouse. Have wanted to do that for a long time. Looked them up on Instagram. Definitely well worth it. Did Prime at the Bellagio, phenomenal, and went to see a Cirque du Soleil show. Saw that. That was amazing. Went to the Pinball Museum. There's a long list of things in Vegas that I had that I went ahead and did. Started dating a lady named Joni. That's been going well. She's definitely a hustler. Came from corporate America, had virtually anywhere from 40 to 100 and something people working for her at any time. And, so she totally understands the go-getter mentality, the ambition, the drive, the hustle. And then she kind of got out on her own and then, retired. And then she has started her own company. So it's not uncommon for us to say, hey, I really need to get this work done. We're not going to, I just can't make it tonight. I got this, and everything like that. So that's cool to have that common bond with somebody that understands that drive. And it's like, you got this thing over here that's got to have attention, and you got to water it, and you got to feed it, and you got to make sure it's okay. And you just can't, it's like almost having a small child. You just can't leave it alone, so to speak, and everything. So, and our idea on how to do vacation and our food tastes are real along the close parallels and everything. So a lot of areas that we're equally yoked. The other thing is the $15,000 house. It is probably within about 2 weeks of being done, and we're getting it wrapped up. I'll show you some footage of it today. Things have been okay, and nothing major or bad or good or anything of that nature. Did celebrate 39 years being clean and sober. I am a recovering addict. Thank you, God, for that. A lot of people look at me on social media and see the pictures of, being in Vegas and doing this, doing that, and everything, but I am so thankful that I am not dope sick and that I don't want to blow my brains out. That to me is the gift right there, is that I want to live, flat tire, this happens, that happens, and everything. And all I think of is, man, you're not dope sick today. You are not going through withdrawals, like whatever it is, we can work through it. We can make it happen. I can lose it all, do it again. As long as I stay clean, I got a chance. And, if you've ever been at that point of wanting to blow your brains out, you totally understand what I'm saying by this. Please make a phone call, get help. I did that at that point. But the biggest thing is that it's such a hopeless state to be in mentally when you're at that point and contemplating and talking to yourself that, the world's going to be a better place without you. You need to do this. You're going to be doing society a favor. All that kind of stuff that comes out of that committee in between these ears right here and everything like that. So, people complain about, flat tires and the kids doing this and that happening and everything. And I'm like, man, I'm grateful to have a car, to have a flat tire. It beats walking. So just those kind of things. And the thing that I found is that I kept on doing this research having to do with retirement, And it's truly a mindset issue. Bills get paid, and could have stopped working per se a couple of years ago. I would not have as many choices as I do, nor would I have as many as I want. And the thing that scares me is I'm 54. If I live, we'll say 40 years, there's a guy less than 50 yards from my front door in my neighborhood. That man's 93 years old. He's been retired almost 50 years. And so the thing I have to keep asking myself is that, you know, you do the rental game and everything like that, and you get cash flow built up, and it's like, okay, great. Well, eventually one of these days I'm going to get out of it. Okay. And so then it's like, where do you put your money at then? What do you do with it? And at my age, it's not like I'm, you know, betting on black 35 or whatever on the roulette wheel anymore. I'm more of my investments are calculated in the sense that more than likely it's going to pay off this, more than likely. And usually I have an exit strategy that if that doesn't work, then this is what we're going to do. And if that doesn't work, then this is what I'm going to do. The thing about it is that at some point you get to a stage in your life and investing is that accumulation is not really the concern any longer. It's preservation. We want to keep what we have. And so we want our exposure as least as possible, you know, and you're going to hear all kinds of rules like, you know, generally speaking, whatever, you know, if you need 200,000 per year to be able to live on, then, you know, that needs to be 4% of whatever the nut is, so to speak. So I guess that would be 4 million, and that you can withdraw 200,000 and not diminish the principal, which is important because we need to keep that. The other thing that I keep hearing nowadays is that it used to be reaching a millionaire status. Now it's 5 million. 5 million is the new million. High net worth individuals, I believe, are now classified at about 15 million. But if you have a net worth of 15 million, then you're doing pretty good. So, you know, just looking at it in a sense of, and I highly suggest everybody do this, figure out exactly what it is that you need per month when you retire, okay? I get calls once a week. Well, I get a check for $900 a month, and I got to find a place to live. And I'm like, you know, you're going to end up having to rent a room. I don't know of any place that's even halfway decent. I think there's some places in my town that you could rent for $600 a month that, you know, are totally self-contained, but you're going to pay utilities on them, and they are absolute dumps. They really are. So then it's a situation of where do you find you know, a decent place to live, and it's cheap. They're just not existing anymore. A lot of reasons for that and everything, but, you know, we've had some pretty significant inflation increases here lately in the last couple of years with the economy in the United States. So that's basically what's been going on with me is, you know, I just haven't felt real motivated to do a video. I am now. I hope that everything's well in your life. If I can be of any help, let me know, leave a comment or send me an email. My email is in the description or whatever it is that subject matter and everything. And if you want 15 minutes of my time, send me a email with a phone number and I will give you a call. It might not be right away. Might be a week to 2 weeks before I get to you, but I will. And you will have my undivided attention. It won't be like I'm driving down the road and distracted and squirrel and that kind of thing. I'll be sitting down and ready to talk with you and whatnot. So hope you're doing fantastic. Please, please, please get control not only of your finances, but your health as well. You know, it's a bad situation when, you know, if there's something that could have been done that did not get done that puts us into a bad space, so to speak. You know, I've been walking, the majority of the time, 2 miles a day. Then I bumped it up to 2.5. And then I think the last 25 or 35 days, it's been 3 miles that I've been doing. You know, and my whole thing is that health is wealth. You know, it really sucked to work as much as I have and, you know, denied myself as much as far as buying things and, you know, the expensive meals and vacations and all that kind of stuff to get to a point where, hey, now I've got the money to go do it, but guess what? Physically, I'm not able to. You know, I got a good friend of mine that he's done extremely well for himself. And, you know, he told me one day, he said, man, he said, you know, I go on a cruise with the wife and we have a good time. We get a room, it's a balcony room, costs $10,000. He said, it's real nice, Rob, but I got to make sure it's close to the elevator because I can't climb the stairs anymore. And that really puts things in perspective in the sense that, you know, this guy, he could just live off the interest off of his money and have a great life. And I'm sitting there thinking about it and everything, and it's like, man, I sure don't want to be in that position. So there you have it. Hope you have a wonderful day. If I can be of any service, let me know.